It begins with flocks of birds flying through stormy, eerie skies. Each group is labeled orthodox, unorthodox, and demonic, suggesting three distinct factions or powers. That, the blood of all, mixed together, implying a massive, violent clash among these groups. Shows a battlefield filled with corpses beneath a blood-red sky, with carrion birds circling overhead. Calls this cataclysm, the orthodox, unorthodox, demonic war. A lone figure stands in a frozen, desolate landscape, symbolizing the end of a long nightmare filled with suffering and loss. The once fiery battleground now lies quiet. Warriors from different sides face the ruins of what remains. Peace finally arrives only after a declaration of unity, suggesting that the leaders of the orthodox, unorthodox, and demonic factions agreed to end the conflict. The sequence ends with a symbolic image of a sword, representing the absolute rulers of each faction and their decisive role in bringing the war to a close. Nearly 2 decades have passed, and although people on the surface believe that Jianghu is in an era of peace, that peace is only an illusion. In truth, the most secretive, covert war in history is actively ongoing, hidden from ordinary people. A young man walks under the moonlight, seemingly aware of the hidden conflict. He reads a book and comments sarcastically about outdated martial techniques, implying he is knowledgeable and perhaps involved in the underground struggle. He snaps his book shut and complains about spies, crawling out like rats, annoyed at how often they appear. He mocks the intruder for daring to sneak into Mount Tian Shan, calling it a sacred place blessed by their cult leader. Guards spot him and, thinking he's the suspicious person, shout at her, demanding to know what he's doing outside so late and telling him to get lost. The guard tries to lecture him, asking if he even knows whose residence he's near. He calmly answers that he does. It's the home of Yun Whi Zong, a high-ranked 5th-rank demon and vice-commander of the military corps. He guard doesn't believe him and rudely tells his to leave, thinking he's just causing trouble. Suddenly, another man appears behind the rude guard, restraining him with overwhelming force. He orders the guards to obey him command, revealing that she clearly holds a much higher status than they realized. The guards are shocked when one of their own suddenly restrains another, realizing something is wrong. One guard panics, shouting that the attacker must be a traitor, and rushes forward with his weapon. Before he can strike, he neutralizes the charging guard. The remaining guards freeze, watching him calmly as the situation instantly shifts in his favor. In the final panel, the guards bow respectfully, recognizing his authority and power. He guards bow respectfully, greeting him as their squad leader. It's revealed that he belongs to the Heavenly Demon Divine Cult Intelligence Unit, specifically the Counterintelligence Corps' 3rd Squad leader. He praises the undercover guard for enduring the difficulty of infiltrating first. His title is given, the Grim Reaper of Spy Hunting, Jang Yiseo. He then prepares to brief or lead the 3rd Squad into their next move. With a sharp, focused expression, he issues a formal command. Under the authority granted by the cult leader, they will begin rooting out the Murim Alliance's spies. Masked agents kneel before him, acknowledging the order with a firm, "By your command." Masked operatives sprint into action, swiftly moving through the compound. Nearby guards notice an odd sound but react too late. The masked agents leap down from above, ambushing the guards with overwhelming speed. In an instant, they strike the guards down, beginning their covert assault exactly as ordered. The guards finally realize something is wrong and shout in panic when the masked operatives appear. They attempt to brace for combat, but the ambush hits them instantly and brutally. The masked attackers overwhelm them with swift, coordinated strikes, leaving the guards unable to react. Meanwhile, someone inside the building starts running, likely alerted by the sudden chaos outside. A panicked guard bursts into a room, yelling that they're in serious trouble. He reports to the vice commander that unidentified attackers have suddenly stormed the compound and begun assaulting everyone. The vice commander, who had been relaxing with companions, is shocked and confused by the sudden news. His identity is revealed, Yongwu, a 5th-rank demon and vice commander of the military corps. Vice Commander Yongwoo angrily demands to know who would dare invade his residence. A subordinate explains that the situation escalated too quickly, they couldn't even send a proper report before the attackers overran them. Yongwoo insults his men as useless, irritated that they can't even hold off intruders while he was in the mood. The subordinate insists this isn't a simple group of thieves. If it were, the squad would have handled it quietly. Instead, the attackers are so strong and fast that the squad may be wiped out at any moment. Suddenly, before Yongwoo can react, a blade appears at his neck. Shocked, he demands, "Who the hell are you?" Yongwoo grabs his sword and confronts the masked intruder holding him at blade point. His subordinate shouts in confusion, unable to understand how the attacker slipped in unnoticed. Yongwoo rants angrily, claiming he remembers everything under his command, every item, every person, even every woman he has slept with, and every subordinate he commands. Because of that, he insists he would never forget someone strong enough to threaten him. He glares at the masked figure and declares that in all his memories, he has never seen this intruder before. Yongwoo demands again to know who the intruder is, growing more furious and confused. He stays silent at first, then casually admits he wanted to drag Yongwoo outside and finish things quietly, but the situation didn't go as planned. He even acknowledges that old cult members are surprisingly sharp when it counts. Yongwoo suddenly recognizes something in the attacker's face or voice, his expression twisting in shock as he blurts out. Yongwoo is stunned when he finally recognizes the intruder. It's Jang Yiseo, the infamous Mad Dog of the Counterintelligence Corps. Real fear hits him as he realizes a top-level spy hunter has personally come for him. He panics and demands to know why Yiseo is here. Yiseo responds casually, as if the reason should be obvious. Then he reveals it without hesitation. They received a report that Yongwoo is a spy. Yongwoo is left in shock, unable to process the accusation. Yongwoo furiously denies being a spy, calling the accusation nonsense and insisting he's loyal. Jang Yiseo brings up a recent incident. A week ago, Yongwoo ambushed a merchant caravan, killed everyone, and assaulted the women. Yongwoo brushes it off, acting like it's insignificant, even asking why Yiseo is bringing it up now. Yiseo coldly presses the point, while Yongwoo tries to justify his actions as traditional entertainment within the demonic cult. He becomes defensive, demanding to know why Yiseo is suddenly acting righteous. Meanwhile, Yiseo just stands there with a calm, knowing smile. Yiseo reveals the real reason Yongwoo is being accused. The merchants he massacred were secretly affiliated with the Murim alliance. Yongwoo's entertainment wasn't random violence, it conveniently eliminated people connected to his supposed spy contact. Yiseo states that Yongwoo timed the attack to erase evidence of his dealings with the enemy. Yongwoo panics, calling the accusation absurd and demanding proof. Yiseo calmly replies that the proof has already been secured. Evidence includes secret letters exchanged with the Murim alliance, documents bearing official seals, stolen treasures hidden in Yongwoo's room, used as spy funds. Yiseo concludes firmly that they have every last piece of evidence needed. Yiseo casually boasts that his subordinates are highly skilled, implying they had no trouble uncovering all the evidence. Yongwoo is overwhelmed as he processes what was found. Secret letters from the Murim alliance, spy funds, and incriminating documents hidden inside his own home. He panics, insisting there's no way such things should be in his residence. His thoughts spiral, something feels wrong, and he suspects a deeper setup. He questions why the Counterintelligence Corps would execute a raid so recklessly, without formal procedures, even if they answer directly to the cult leader. Yongwoo finally realizes the truth. Everything, the ambush, the evidence, the timing, feels deliberately orchestrated to trap him. He panics internally, wondering who could possibly hate him enough or have enough power to frame him so thoroughly. But as he looks up, he sees Jang Yiseo smiling darkly, his expression twisted with satisfaction. The chilling smile makes Yongwoo tremble, as if he suddenly understands exactly who arranged the entire scheme. Realizing the entire situation was a setup, he erupts in rage and lunges forward with his sword, screaming, "Was it you?" at Jang Yiseo. The scene ends with him charging head-on at Yiseo, fully convinced that Yiseo is the one who orchestrated everything to bring him down. Yongwoo charges at Yiseo in a fury, screaming that Yiseo is the one who pulled this filthy trick on him. He swings his sword with full murderous intent. But before his attack can land, Yiseo effortlessly counters, slashing across Yongwoo's torso with overwhelming speed. Yongwoo is struck hard, knocked back, and cries out in pain. Yiseo follows up his first strike with a ruthless, fluid assault, driving Yongwoo back without giving him a chance to recover. Yongwoo is overwhelmed, stumbling and coughing in pain as he's slashed again. Despite being badly injured, he tries to bark back, accusing Yiseo of trickery. Yiseo dismisses the accusation coldly, saying it's easy to make him look righteous compared to someone as corrupt and brutal as Yongwoo. Yiseo stands over the defeated Yongwoo, criticizing him for recklessly attacking a squad leader of the Counterintelligence Corps, a unit that answers directly to the cult leader. He orders Yongwoo to kneel and accept his fate, then formally presents a scroll containing the cult leader's decree. The decree states that the truth of Yongwoo's betrayal, confirmed by informants, is deeply regrettable. As Yiseo prepares to carry out the sentence, Yongwoo lies on the ground, gravely injured and powerless. Yiseo reads out the cult leader's decree and prepares to deliver Yongwoo's official punishment. Desperate and furious, Yongwoo suddenly lunges up with his sword, interrupting the decree. He screams for Yiseo to shut up and slashes directly at him, even tearing through the decree in the process. Yiseo dodges the attack, shocked that Yongwoo would dare defy and disrespect the cult leader's decree, something considered an unforgivable act. Yongwoo, frantic and enraged, charges run away despite his injuries. Yiseo coldly reaffirms his authority, stating his name and position as Counterintelligence Corps 3rd Squad leader while invoking the cult's doctrine. He declares the official order: eliminate the spy Yongwoo. Yongwoo panics and bolts out of the building, smashing through walls and leaping across rooftops to escape. As he flees, he thinks desperately that he must avoid Yiseo at all costs. He realizes the horrible truth. If he's caught now, there's no chance of proving his innocence. The execution will be carried out immediately. As Yongwoo flees across the rooftops, he thinks frantically about the situation. He doesn't know why Yiseo is targeting him, but he believes he can sort it out later, if he escapes now. He focuses solely on running, convinced it's the only way to survive. But before he can get far, a blade strikes from behind with terrifying speed. Yongwoo is impaled through the chest in mid-air, blood spraying as the attack instantly stops his escape. He's left shocked and helpless, realizing he couldn't outrun Yiseo at all. Overall, Yongwoo's attempt to flee ends abruptly as Yiseo cuts him down with overwhelming precision. Yongwoo, already fatally wounded, coughs blood as he plummets through the air. Shocked and barely conscious, he tries to comprehend what's happening, but he's helpless as he falls. Yiseo then reappears above him with deadly precision, gripping his weapon tightly. In a swift, merciless motion, Yiseo closes in to deliver the final strike, silhouetted against the moon. Yiseo's blade pierces Yongwoo again, delivering another brutal and precise strike. Yongwoo screams in pain, his body giving out as he desperately reaches upward, trying to cling to life. But Yiseo doesn't hesitate, he follows through with a swift, finishing slash. Yongwoo's final resistance collapses as the strike sends him falling helplessly. Yiseo unleashes a devastating finishing technique, slicing through Yongwoo repeatedly in mid-air. Blood scatters everywhere as Yongwoo's body is brutally torn apart by the strikes. Yiseo coldly declares the sentence: immediate execution. As Yongwoo falls, barely conscious, he struggles to speak, confused and terrified. In his final moments, he wonders who could have arranged this fate for him, right as Yiseo delivers the last, fatal blow that ends his life completely. Yangwoo's body crashes violently to the ground after the final blow, leaving nothing behind but blood and silence. Yiseo stands over the corpse, calm and expressionless at first. Then he smirks, responding to Yangwoo's dying question. He says Yongwoo asked the wrong question. The real issue wasn't who framed me, but rather, why did it have to be me? Yiseo hints that, out of all possible targets, Yongwoo was specifically chosen, implying a deeper motive behind the operation. Yiseo reflects on what just happened, noting that Yongwoo's fate, being framed, accused, and executed while helpless, isn't unusual at all within the demonic cult. False accusations, internal purges, and people dying without ever learning the truth happen constantly in this corrupt organization. As he walks away from the battlefield of corpses, he reveals the real twist. He himself is a spy sent by the Murim Alliance, operating from inside the heavenly demon divine cult. The chapter ends with his true identity emphasized. Jang Yiseo, squad leader of the counterintelligence corps, and an undercover spy for the Alliance.